All right, guys, welcome back to the Council of Geniuses. This is episode 6 with
Episode 6.
me and him.
I am him.
Yes, he is him.
I'm him, bro. I'm
He's
him.
him. All right, and I'm asking you a question.
Mm.
So there's a lot of different levels of consciousness, or a lot of different like ideas of it, right? So the main thing I'm gonna focus on is the unconscious level, the pre-conscious level, and the conscious level. What do you think those mean? Like, what do you think the states of consciousness are?
Can you repeat the
Unconscious,
uh
pre-conscious, and conscious. Like, what do you think those mean?
uh unconscious would be like when you're like passed out. Like
Uh,
you could get knocked out. Like
Wait, no, this is more like your thoughts. Like, what are unconscious thoughts, subconscious thoughts, or
oh
pre-conscious, or conscious
oh
thoughts?
okay. More conscious thought would be something that you're like actively doing, no? Like I assume it'd be like you conjure it on your own accord,
Uh,
right? Um Subconscious could be like something just like pops up in your head, I guess.
mm,
I don't know what unconscious would be, bro.
okay, you
Uh,
All right, so that's why I'm here to teach you and you, right? So
Same.
to start off, let's start with the most basic one, consciousness. You're right. It's about stuff you're actively doing and
Uh,
actively like focusing on, like listening to music, you're actively thinking about it,
okay.
information that you're taking in real time. And that's a pretty simple concept, You could be doing anything and it's already in your head. Subconscious, that one's different. The other one, I think you're also correct. Where it's stuff you already have in your mind that you bring up to think about. I mean, so basically, the subconscious mind, or the subconscious, or the what's it called again? Fuck. The preconscious is basically thoughts you already have in your head that you bring up,
Mm.
like what more commonly referred to as memories.
Mm.
Pretty simple shit.
Yeah.
That could be, you know, anything you've already thought of, like anything in your whole life that you've seen or thought of, that's in there. Like that's kind of trippy thing because like, what if I forgot? It's still in there. Still counts as subconscious. Like
Okay.
it's in there.
What if you
But,
had like amnesia, bro?
I mean,
Would it still be in there?
it would still be in there. You
You just
just
couldn't get
couldn't
it
access
back.
it. Yeah, but it would still count as subconscious because, well, as we'll see, as unconscious is different. There's a lot of different like levels to shit.
Mm.
But this was kind of weird to me because like every single thought you've ever thought of is in there.
Oh, there's a couple thoughts I wish I could get rid of.
Yeah, I would say like, start a lot of things you think about are still in there. So imagine how that influences your.
You better pray I can't read your mind, cause I know what's in there.
Yeah, you better start thinking good thoughts. But
Yeah.
basically, fuck, kind of forgot what I was going to with that. I was like thinking about that. But okay, so every thought, oh, it influences you because every single thought you think about, even though you may not realize it's in there.
Yeah.
So it kind of influences you to do stuff, which is how subliminal messages can influence you.
Mm.
Maybe not fully subliminal messages because a lot of them are you can't really see. You get me?
Mm.
And that's where the unconscious one comes in. Those are thoughts that you can't bring up, thoughts that aren't accessible to you.
So that would be like amnesia memories.
Yeah, those would be like, well, thoughts, memories. So basically, the unconscious level is thoughts, memories, and primal slash instinctual thoughts. So stuff
Primal
that,
thoughts, bro.
huh?
Fucking primal thoughts.
So like, oh, I'm hungry. Time to go eat.
Oh,
Yeah,
like instinct things, like.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
like stuff you're like born with, so that has been implemented into you since birth. That type
Oh,
of
like
stuff.
when they say shit's like nature or nurture type shit.
Yeah,
It'd be like the nature.
yeah. Also like,
Like you don't need someone to teach you like, oh,
mm,
when you're sleepy, you go to sleep
yeah,
type
yeah, yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Also like, even like animals do this shit. Like, oh, I don't.
Like shit babies can do.
Yeah, babies can swim apparently. I think we talked about that in the last
Yeah,
episode.
yeah, because I
Toss
think
the baby inside.
they just know how to do it, I think.
No.
You shouldn't try it at home. You shouldn't throw your baby,
If it works, it works.
Could work.
Well, only, that way it's like natural selection. The weak babies don't survive.
Okay, man.
All right, but the thing that kind of that's where I was trying to connect to subliminal messages,
Yeah.
where the big theories come in. All
Mm.
right?
Oh, big theory.
Yeah, not the little theories, the big ones.
Big theories. You're just skipping right over the little theories.
Yeah, fuck the little
We
theories.
don't we don't deal with little theories here.
Just big theories in all.
Size matters. That's why Jose's not here.
That's true. That's true. All right, all right. So basically, there's like the main theory is that the government it's trying to control us with the news.
Hmm.
Well, it's kind of common,
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
of a common theory because of a lot of ways they kind of divide us depending on what channel you watch.
yeah.
Obviously,
Yeah, like you have like the Fox News crowd,
yeah,
which tends to be like real conservatives, bro. And then you
yeah,
have like CNN, like
mm,
opposite, bro.
yeah, and they kind of puts in specific news that kind of triggers something that you already thought about when you were growing up,
Hmm.
which is like certain areas are more conservative and certain areas are more
Okay.
liberal, like California liberal, shit like
Yeah.
that. Because you're kind of grown up, born with that thing, not really born, but like you're grown up and raised around that environment, and a lot of thoughts are put into your brain. They kind of skew how you perceive new thoughts.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's how they put the news in different lights to try to get you to think certain things
Yeah.
and try to get you to react a certain way to the other side. Like, how the fuck are they thinking that? Are they stupid? And they think about us the same way, you know?
Hmm.
Um,
That makes sense.
yeah. Another thing is that it's not just with news, but with like TV shows. The thing that kind of like made sense to me was when you were talking about like a couple episodes ago about the AI and how um movies would put in like future
Oh yeah, yeah. Like
future
they would
events.
kind of like drip feed new
Yeah,
technologies through like
yeah, that's what I
TV
connected
and
that to.
movies.
They would like kind of like implement new ideas into you, implement new ideas to you to like kind of like skew the future information in a certain way.
Yeah.
So like let's say you're watching like SpongeBob and you're like, oh, you've never seen a burger before. It's like, oh, Krabby Patty, it's kind of good. You see that and you're like, oh, I like the Krabby Patty. It must be good. It's that type of stuff. It's like really simple and shit, but
Yeah.
they're kind of doing it like that.
Bro, I remember when I was a little kid, bro. I used to call every burger a Krabby Patty, bro.
Damn, bro. Can I get a Krabby Patty, please?
I didn't know I don't think I knew the word burger. Well, it's because I was learning English, bro.
That's even more
And
funny,
I
bro.
had my
Krabby Patty.
I had the like a DVD of SpongeBob in Spanish.
Oh,
And
damn.
I remember the episodes it has. It had like the magic conch one, I think.
It's
The
hard.
one where they make bubbles,
Mm.
where like he makes like the
Oh, it
big
makes
ass
a shape.
bubble. Yeah, they make them in shapes and then they make like the big ass bubble. I hit that one, and I forgot what other ones they had. But I just remember Krabby
Iconic.
Patty, bro. Yeah.
Iconic episodes. The Magic Conch is crazy. Little Paul be like, no. Oh,
Can I have something to eat? No. Damn, bro.
that's funny. All right. So yeah, the media, and then the last one is full-on events that happen in real life.
Hmm.
Whether it be like how the government skews the events that happen, like remember that one about the ocean where they made like a huge they shined the light,
Oh
a
yeah.
huge reaction, a bunch of armies came.
Yeah.
They kind of with different political parties perceive that in different ways depending on what you believe. Some people tend to trust the government more. Some people have a distrust for the government no matter what.
Yeah.
Like it'll be some shit like the government says, "Oh, there's shade over there." No, that's fake shade, bro.
Oh,
They're
okay.
just trying to gather us over there to like try to steal our testicles or something, you know. So something, you know, they're trying to harvest our organs, bro. I don't know. That came to mind first because we're talking about Sylvester. For you guys that don't know, Sylvester's my cat, and he's gonna get neutered on Monday.
On Monday. We're recording this on Friday.
Yeah.
So by the time you watch this, Sylvester will not have testicles. Can I get a RIP in the chat
For
for
Sylvester.
Sylvester's testicle? His Sylvesticles, if you will.
Damn. Poor
Yeah, poor
Sylvester, man.
Sylvester, man.
Crazy. But basically, the sizes of the parts of the mind,
Hmm.
those matter. But the sizes are like very,
Oh, like the brain? Or you
yeah.
mean like the mind?
No, no, size
Like the brains?
like the actual like depth of the thoughts.
Mm.
Like how much thoughts are in that. I drew like a little picture. I can take a picture of home.
Yeah.
It's like little iceberg thing. Conscious, unconscious, and then subconscious. I mean, the unconscious is like the biggest one.
Oh, okay.
Like it has the most information. You just can't really see it. But that's literally everything
Oh,
you
I guess that
see.
makes sense, bro.
Yeah,
Like it'd be pretty hard to remember everything
yeah.
you've ever
So
seen.
that's why it's all kind of. But the thing is that's important about it is like it still affects you,
Yeah.
like greatly. So that's another thing. The fact that we may know ourselves, but that just proves we don't know ourselves
Well, we don't know like
like
all
fully.
of our, yeah.
Yeah, like that in itself is already a huge factor as to why we are what we are.
Hmm.
And how can we
Okay.
fully we can't even fathom it, how can we explain it? I think that's the main reason for arguments and stuff like that. So
Hmm.
and
That's true.
we gain that from what I mentioned like a couple episodes ago about psychology and shit, like growing up and shit. Like that, the nature versus nurture thing you said,
Oh
like
yeah.
that's how we gain it too. So that's kind of interesting also as well. Now the another thing that I saw was the fact that people are trying to like access their unconscious minds.
Mm.
and try to like gain powers from it. Like, you know how people say, oh, you could you only use like 13%
Oh yeah,
potential.
yeah. There's that movie where I think it's like a woman and I think she takes like I've never seen the movie,
Uh,
but I think she takes like a drug or like a pill
uh,
and she's able to use all of her brain or some shit. And she has all sorts of powers, bro.
no, this is like slightly more grounded, still kind of dumb though.
Yeah.
Like it says basically if you can access everything, you could change how you think,
Mm.
and in that way you could like basically a genius. Like you basically could construct your own emotions. You could like change how you feel on the spot, change how you react to certain situations. You could change your confidence on the spot, stuff like that. Kind of like superpower for the brain. You know?
Oh, okay. Oh, it's like
You can like
okay,
change your emotions basically.
like you override anything
Yeah,
type shit.
basically, yeah, because you know how everything, you know why you feel everything, so you can just be like, oh, and that's the reason why I feel it. Why do I need to worry about it right now?
I'm depressed.
Yeah,
I'll just be happy, bro.
yeah.
And then it actually works.
But it's more like oh, I'm sad because like a long time ago, like I saw like a dog get like shot by some random guy. This guy that made me kind of sad and impacted me when like was like, why do I need to worry about that right now? Like I'm 32. You
Oh,
know, like what is that? How does that influence my life? Is that type
okay,
of stuff? Like you
okay.
go back and kind of override that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh, like past traumas type
yeah, like
shit.
past
Like
traumas. Like
resolve it.
yeah, that's what I was trying to do with dogs. I was trying to say anything too obvious because I was like, yeah, I gotta chill with that. But basically, the way they try to access it was like they would draw like a bunch of different experiments. They would even do that like in the older days because
Oh,
the other idea was kind of like a one idea. It's like a Freudian idea. Like you have like different levels of consciousness,
okay, yeah.
and of course, a lot of people try to do experiments. So what they would do is sort of like improve children's memory, so they remembered everything growing up, so that way they could access everything from that.
Damn,
And
bro.
they would like try different foods, different like medicine. This was one back then when it was like shady experiments, you know? Like they didn't really have any
Oh,
that
there
much,
weren't any
yeah,
like
laws,
restrictions and
yeah,
stuff.
with working with children. Like either way, it didn't look that bad because all they were doing was like feeding them different foods, you know? But some of them were pretty bad. They were like shocking their brains sometimes, trying to like get them to like react different ways and shit. So that's kind of silly, you know? Kind of weird.
Yeah.
But they're still like doing it like pretty recently too. Or like in the
They're still
2010s.
shocking little
No,
kids.
not that, not that. They're still trying to like figure out ways to like
Oh,
remember.
to access it?
Yeah, because there's actually people that can do that. Not unconscious mind, but they have like extreme memories, like photographic memory. Have you
Like
heard about
me.
that? Uh, I don't know if you're that good memory, but
I have pretty good.
like, could you like go through a book, just like flip it, and then remember every single page after you close it?
Absolutely, I can.
Okay.
I can't understand your handwriting.
Okay, that's fair. Uh, never mind. But we'll just take his word for it. It's fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
Trust me. Just trust me. I can do it.
But basically, it's like it's considered a condition, basically,
Yeah.
where people have extreme memory. Like they can remember like when they're 1 year old and they learn how to talk or something. Like
Okay.
extreme memory,
Yeah,
crazy
yeah.
memory. And they're trying to like check their brain waves. This is a little bit more sane because it's just checking the brain waves. It's like through a little actual medical procedure.
Like a scan or
Yeah,
something.
like a scanner checking their brain waves, trying
Yeah.
to see like how they respond to different stimuli.
Hmm.
And you're like connecting that to how people when they take in new information, they're like, oh, instead of like a bunch of information, they're like, all right, what was this? And I was like, no, that wasn't it. And they would give them like little shocks. It's like little shocks. It's not like you don't feel it, but your brain understands like, oh, I got it wrong.
Okay.
Mm. Still seems kind of weird, but like I don't know.
As long as it doesn't hurt, I
Yeah,
guess
I
it's
don't
fine.
know. As long as it doesn't affect
It
him.
doesn't hurt you, it's your brain.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And I've also seen different CIA, or not really CIA, well, party CIA, but like a bunch of like different military try to use it in weapons.
Mm.
Sort of like, well, it seems pretty common too, but like try to implant certain thoughts in your brain
Yeah.
to try to force you to like do combats, you know?
Oh, like MK Ultra type stuff.
Yeah, that type of stuff, but more like generally used stuff like disciplinary stuff. Like that's already used.
Hmm.
That's already examples. Like they discipline you to do your job, do your job, do your job to the point where if they command you to like go do that, even though you're gonna die, you're still gonna do it. You know,
Mm.
they command you. That's what they implement into your brain in the army and shit like that.
Okay.
They kind of like put little seeds, even if it's not. Well, it's intentional because they're smart. They're smarter than me, obviously, but
Yeah. Yeah.
they
It
don't.
doesn't take much.
Yeah, they don't make it seem intentional. Like it's not like obvious.
Okay.
It just looks to me, it looks like, or to everybody in general, it looks like commands. Like, oh, they're just trying to get us to listen more, trying to get us to like be on the right path.
Hmm.
But in reality, it is that, but they're also trying to like train you to listen more,
Mm.
basically, and that helps in the long run and all that.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. Another way that they're trying to use that is, or another way they're trying to implement that is into AIs,
Mm.
because AIs remember everything,
Yeah.
and that's how
Yeah.
their code is. Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's how their code is. So they're thinking, if humans can be like that, like it would be like crazy. Like it would be like, oh, we could remember everything. We could be like basically be our own Googles. And that's another thing that I was gonna say is the chips that people are trying to put in their brain.
All the what they call Neuralink, the Elon
Yeah,
Musk chips.
yeah, that's right. Like in theory, with that, you could remember everything.
Yeah.
You could just save it into the cloud or so, or however that works.
Dang.
So that could
Dang, Elon Musk can have access to all my thoughts.
that's crazy because if you think about it, how are they gonna do it? Like, is they're gonna put it in me as a baby? Do I need a consent to be put it in my brain? Do my parents need to consent to put it in my brain? Like that type
Well,
of stuff.
I think you're an adult, so I
Yeah,
don't
no, I'm
think you
saying
would
like
need
when
your
you're if you
parents.
were born,
Oh,
if you're just born, I'm
oh,
saying
okay. Yeah, yeah.
because if you're in theory, if this is gonna work, you have to remember everything since you were a baby.
Yeah, that's true actually.
So would your parents need to consent? Would you need to consent? That type of stuff. You need to wait till you're like 18 or something.
Mm.
You know, it's kind of
It's kind of scary to think
interesting.
about, bro. Because what if they did have it, bro? In theory, they'd be able to access it.
Yeah, and also, yeah, well, yeah, because it's like all connected to one single server in China, in theory.
They'd probably check it, bro. It could be cool, like good, because they would. I don't know if it'd be good actually. Cause say an example, like not me. I don't want to say me for example. Say you,
Why me?
because you're not me. Uh, say you have your brain chip in,
Uh,
and you think to yourself like, oh, oh, August 3rd, I'm gonna go kill this guy. You know?
let's make it August 4th.
Nah, nah, it has to be the 3rd.
Oh shit.
August 3rd, I'm gonna go kill this guy. But then they have access to that in the cloud,
Hmm.
so they know like, oh, this guy's planning to do something bad.
Yeah.
We could stop it.
That
So,
makes sense.
so it
Also,
makes sense because they would stop crime before it happened. But also, if you really think about it, if they arrested you before August 3rd, before you killed him,
you didn't.
then they would stop you for really doing nothing. It'd be a thought crime.
Yeah, and even then, like, how much times you think, oh, I'm a fucking, like, I'm gonna fuck that bitch up or some shit like that, you know?
I've never thought that not one
No,
day before.
like, not bitches and women, okay? I don't beat women. I've never thought about touching a woman inappropriately.
Didn't you have a 12-1 or 12-2 whatever boxing record against women?
I don't beat women. I've never thought about touching a woman. That was in Brazil, and Brazil has different laws, okay?
That doesn't stop.
No, I'm just kidding. No, but like basically like you have thoughts that you don't act on every day.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Then obviously like they can't really punish you for those kind of
Yeah, but
thoughts.
that's what I'm saying. Like they probably could,
They
cause there'd be no way of them to know. Like okay, this is a thought. Like there could be like an unhinged guy
mm,
who is actually planning on acting on it, or there could be
angry guy
like
just
just a guy who got cut off on the
yeah,
road.
yeah,
He's like,
exactly. That's
oh,
right.
like fuck this guy. Like, I'm gonna fucking shoot him or
Yeah,
whatever, and he's not really gonna do anything.
yes,
But he's just mad, like
yeah,
spur of the moment
yeah.
type
That's
thing,
what I was thinking.
as opposed to an actual unhinged guy who's like, I'm gonna go commit this X
This
atrocity.
felony,
Yeah, I'm gonna go commit this act this day. It's all planned. They
yeah.
would have to treat it the same. They would either have to just know and do nothing, or they could
Mm.
be like, okay, we could potentially save lives
Yeah, I also think that depends on the
and
crime too.
maybe arrest someone who wouldn't do anything.
I would say, in theory, since they're already accessing your mind, they could just keep accessing it, like surveillance.
Yeah.
Because then you'll be like, oh, I'm thinking about, oh, I actually got the gun.
Oh yeah.
Oh, actually, I'm actually going towards the school. Oh, this stoplight to go to the school. You know, that type of stuff.
I don't know why I had to be a school.
Very studious, man. This,
August 3rd.
we're talking about lunch day in school. August the 3rd is when
He
they
just
give
told us the time.
August the 3rd is when they
He
give
just
like
said August 3rd at lunch.
no, that's when they give free tacos. We're just talking about like a guy that's really into tacos, but is he going there for the tacos?
We'll never know.
So where are we at? Where are we at?
You were talking about the chips,
Oh
brain
yeah, oh
chips.
yeah, oh yeah. Well, basically, I think that about the surveillance thing. That's what I was gonna go to next.
Hmm.
How they could keep surveilling your mind. And that partly good and partly bad. Because if you connect it to something that's happening now, it's not really censorship, but how there was like a lot of like for allowing the government to check your phone,
Hmm.
like they could access your phone.
Yeah.
In theory, they already do, you know. But there's like a there would there I don't know if they would have or they have passed the bill already where the government could just access your phone and all of your stuff on your
Hmm.
phone. And I guess that kind of started because of the domestic terrorism.
I hope they can't access
Shit,
my phone.
yeah, I don't know. I don't have anything bad in there. It's just little. I don't know why I said little. That's bad. I was talking about myself because I'm not very gifted in certain departments. I was, nice save, Abel. Nice save, Abel.
Yeah, good job, man.
All right. Basically, they could
All right, bro. Let's get the
basically
question, bro.
they could surveillance you, monitor,
Surveil.
monitor. That's actual word,
I think
surveil.
so.
They could do that to you,
I hope
and
so.
yeah, I hope not. But um, the main argument is freedom. You know, like that's what America's all about, freedom.
Yeah.
And well, me and you may see that I go, like, if they stop some shit, it's kind of good, you know? I also don't want some government to be looking at me while I'm, playing a game or something and just like, I don't know, chilling, you know?
Mm.
Why is this guy listening to me like eat a bag of chips or something, you know? I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
The kind of personal space, that type of stuff.
Mm.
So that's one of the two sides of that argument. And if you bring that to AI, it's even bigger because it's not only like stuff on your phone, where in theory, the average person doesn't really have, it's could be cringe, you flirting and stuff like that,
Yeah.
little silly stuff.
Yeah.
But some people have like
Damn, I hope they don't
process.
have access to it. Never mind, bro.
Oh, okay.
Nah, I just said a lot of cringe
Oh,
things
yeah,
in,
yeah.
in my time,
We
bro.
we've all said
Yeah. Remember when
brothers
brothers, when us, when friends, when partners?
associates.
Nah, no, I remember when like when people when dudes would be like in like middle school and stuff, it'd be like the girl be like, "Oh, I'm about to shower," and then you'd be like, "Without me?" And you thought you were like, "Damn, that's a good
Shit,
one. That's a good one. That's gonna get her,
I won.
bro.
I won.
I won, bro. I'm him.
Yeah.
Put the crown on you, bro, cause that was nice."
Damn, that shit was like the universal line.
Yeah, that shit was. I feel like everyone's used that one,
Yeah,
bro.
has to.
Yeah,
Like people out there, you used it, and you know it's been used on
yeah.
you
You
as
know,
well.
damn well you used it. The girls, at least 5 guys to send that to you.
Five Guys is a good place to eat.
I like the burgers.
Pretty good, yeah.
Yeah.
But going back
Back
to that,
back to that.
um,
So mad at myself, bro.
so the AIs. Wait, what were we again? I keep forgetting. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
ways to the surveillances. Well, obviously, most people don't have a lot of bad stuff on their phone besides the little cringy
Yeah.
shower without me, that type of stuff. But some people have really real atrocities, and like so. While most people don't have like anything bad on their phone besides like little cringe, the little shower stuff,
Yeah.
a lot of people have atrocities, and at the same point, it's like, who cares if like some people believe like who cares if they look at my little cringe stuff if they're gonna stop,
Yeah,
the
because a lot of
actual
people are like, oh, like I don't have anything to hide.
yeah.
They're stopping actual criminals.
Then what's the
Then
harm?
I'll give it up because I'm just a regular guy. Like I
Yeah,
have, like memes and stuff.
yeah,
I don't really care if they
like
see
silly
that.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the same time, yeah, it's whatever. Like there's both sides. There's both
Yeah, but
sides.
on the other hand, it's like, damn, like I'm a private citizen, bro. Like
Yeah,
they don't really have to be checking my stuff.
yeah.
Like,
Like, what if I send my picture to like a doctor to like check if I have like like diseases in certain areas that I don't want the government to see. You never know. It's a plausible. That's a
fuck you do
plausible.
on your phone, bro?
No, like I've heard instances of doctors
Hmm.
asking to see a picture of your um Sylvester parts
Hmm.
to like check if the like if there's no like little
Why don't
ropes.
they just do that on the fucking
I
like
think
when
it was
you
during
go in?
COVID. I think it was during COVID where they had like
Oh,
do like little checkups over the phone, and you have to like also send pictures.
oh, that's weird. I
Yeah,
wouldn't do that.
I think you're like I don't know if they'll. You better pray it was actual doctor. You didn't just get a scam called, bro. That's all I'm gonna
Yeah,
say.
some random ass number.
Yeah,
Just they just have a picture of your Sylvester parts.
yeah. Like damn,
Yeah,
can't believe this actually
have
worked.
I have an album of 100 different Sylvester parts.
And
What
they
the
could use it
fuck?
to blackmail you and everything.
Yeah,
Or like the Instagram bots.
Instagram bots.
There's like a whole scam basically.
Like I know the bots. I don't know what the
Yeah.
scam is.
Usually it's on mails. Where it's like fake woman accounts. and they like text you all flirty. Well, an example was like they texted me and they're like, "Oh, like hey, what's up?" And I was like, "Oh, like what's up?" Because I didn't know who it was. I was like, "Hey," and they were like, what are you doing?" And I was just like, "Oh, just at home, just watching TV or something."
Yeah.
They were like, "Oh, all right. Um, do you like this or like do you like these hobbies or something?" Because I think her page was like also like baseball. So do you like baseball? I was like, "Oh, nah, I'm not, I don't really watch it that much." They're like, "All right. Do you want to see me in the shower?"
Right into it, bro.
I was like, "What?" Because I like this never happened to me before. I'm just like thinking like, "What?" And they're like, um, "Ah, fuck, I forgot what they said." But they kept advancing the conversation in a sexually charged manner,
Yeah.
basically. And I was just like, "What's going on?" And I
Just
later,
just a regular ass girl flirting with him, and he's like, what? No, never seen this before.
oh, but it was like bad, bro. Literally from like step one, two, and then like 32. Like
Yeah.
that was weird. But basically, I found out later on. I don't know how I found out, but I think I saw it in an article or something where the goal of them is to kind of like get you to like to a point where you're sending them money or pictures. The
Oh.
way it works, and with the money, they'll just take the money.
Mm.
With the pictures though, they're messaging you on social media, and if they access
Oh.
your social media, they can see the
They see
people
like your
around you,
friends and stuff.
and they could be like, "Oh, we're gonna send your friend here a picture of your balls if you don't send us $100." And then you're like,
Joke's on you. All my friends have seen him.
but basically like, "Oh, I'll
I'm just
send."
kidding. Bro, why'd you do that, bro? Stop. He's my doctor.
No, my plan. Fuck. I need to delete it before the BI sees. No, but basically, like, they take your pictures and they try to blackmail you, whether it be to your friends, your parents, your employers.
I've heard of that, yeah.
Yeah, and that's basically like one of their main goals.
Mm.
And that type of stuff could also be like the FBI could do that to you with,
The FBI's blackmailing me.
you know, it could be like, we're gonna release this if you don't stop saying this. It could be a way to censor you.
Damn, FBI for real?
Yeah, like politically, you know how people have been
Oh,
silenced
like
before?
political enemies.
Yeah, like people have
Oh,
been
not
silenced
so not
before.
like regular people. It'd be
Right?
like whistleblowers and stuff.
Like whistleblowers, stuff like that. They'll be like, "Oh, we
Oh.
already have this. We already have this." It'll generally like make it easier for them to control the world
Mhm.
because they're gonna not only like see what people are thinking and like
They're gonna
trying
have
to plan
dirt on them.
uprising, because basically part of the amendments are if the government is unfit, uprising is legal.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's part of that. I don't know.
Well, it's just implied like
Yeah,
by having like arms and stuff.
yeah, but that's gonna be basically impossible because they'll be like, "What is he thinking that? He's thinking of uprising?" Like,
Yo, these 50 guys are thinking of an uprising?
yeah, like that should
Like,
stop that right now. That
yeah.
type of stuff. So, and not only that, but like with whistleblowers in the government that are probably doing justice because they're trying to like help the
Yeah, they're
people.
bringing like things to light that
Yeah,
should be known.
yeah, stuff like that. They're not gonna really be readily available anymore. And you also got to think like when they do come out, is it gonna be mandatory to use
Yeah,
eventually?
yeah.
Because I feel like when they start rolling them out, it's not gonna be mandatory because it's experimental kind of, I
A
guess.
lot of people would sign up, bro.
Yeah,
I
a
know a
lot.
lot of people that would already sign up for
Yeah,
Elon Musk Neuralink
yeah,
chips.
because partly it's like
It does sound kind of
yeah,
cool.
like accessing everything in the internet is kind of like that's cool. That's cool as fuck.
Yeah, it is cool.
Like
But it's also like at what cost?
yeah, that's
Like
another thing.
is that really worth the time you save by just looking something up on your phone?
Yeah, that's true. And also, I think that's a pretty big advancement in terms of amnesia preventions for Alzheimer's.
Yeah, oh that's true.
Like that's already a huge problem. I think it's like one out of three 80-year-olds experiences Alzheimer's. That's kind of big.
Yeah.
That's huge. It's like one out of 20 or
Hey,
something
girls.
from 50 to 60, one out of 20 or
Oh,
something smaller. And that's already a big, that's huge.
yeah, that's a lot of people.
And memories are basically everything.
Yeah.
They shape how you are, how we're talking about right now. They shape how you are, they shape how your life has become, basically.
Hmm.
They kind of influence how you think, and you're not really yourself anymore after you lose your memories. You lose
Yeah.
your sense of self, and after
Yeah.
that, what do you have left?
Yeah, like when you see like oh like someone's story like oh I visited my dad
Hmm.
and they don't know who I am anymore
Yeah, that's
type stuff.
crazy. Like
Yeah.
they're not themselves anymore. So like, if you're not yourself, what do you have left? Nothing. You're just a shell of a human. You're just basically. It's kind of fucked up to say, but like, you're no different than like a or like a something that doesn't really think.
Well, that's what they think. They just don't
Yeah, they don't. But they don't like.
recall
They can't
things.
form it into a personality
Hmm.
because they don't have enough time to. So it's just basically an empty shell taking in information, but not really doing anything with it.
Yeah. It'd be like like remember in computer class, bro? Remember we be in shout out Mr. Guzman computer class in sixth
The
grade
goal.
when he told us you had to save your files in thaw space because at the end of the day it's just everything else deletes and then all the things in thaw space would be there. It'd be like that, like oh like everything like oh you make memories, bro. Or it's like if you play a old video games, bro.
Yeah,
Like when you needed a memory
save
card,
progress.
you needed a memory card. If you didn't have if your thing was full, you didn't have a memory card,
You're fucked.
you would turn it off and turn it on, and everything was gone. It'd be kind of like that, right?
Yeah, in general, like I think there's
Like I didn't need to go through all
different
that just
types
to
of
explain it.
there's different types of stuff like that that could cause not even just Alzheimer's, just different like
Yeah.
disease, not really diseases, but injuries. You could bang your head, and there's two different types of I didn't research this, but I forgot, so I don't know what it's called. But there's one where you forget all the stuff you've learned up to there,
Uh,
like all the major stuff from back then that you learned up to that moment, up to the injury moment,
mm.
or the stuff where,
Oh, there's like short-term stuff, like
yeah,
forget like brief things around or like a little bit before type stuff.
no, or the stuff where you just forget like all long term before, or the stuff where it prevents you from forming new memories
Oh,
from
okay.
then on. So there's those two different types of things. That's also kind of
You
weird.
could be like the girl from the Adam Sandler movie. What's it called? Like 50 First Dates or 100 First
Yeah, yeah,
Dates?
yeah. That type of
Where
thing.
she lives up to she only remembers this day and
Yeah,
everything after that she goes to sleep and wakes up. It's like the same day
yeah,
for her.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically the type of thing that a lot of people deal with injuries and stuff.
I
I
don't know.
think
It was real, bro. I thought it was just a movie.
no, that's actual. I don't think it's to that extreme. Well,
Yeah.
there might be cases to that extreme, but there's a lot of
Generally.
yeah. Generally, it's like similar to that,
Okay.
and I think that could also be another way to be helped by the chip, you know. But we're still need to see about how the negative parts of that
And
are.
how it can impact just a regular guy.
Yeah, because like to me it sounds cool. Like I would have to think about it though, obviously. But to me, it sounds cool to just access any information from my brain.
Yeah, I can already do that, so I don't have a need for it.
How many alphabets? Wait, how many letters are in the German alphabet?
Well, I've never seen the German alphabet.
All right.
I'd have to already know it.
How many fingers is it holding up?
5.
This guy's a real deal. This guy's a real deal.
Yeah, I know what I'm talking. I know what I'm doing, man. I
Yeah.
got it like that.
But yeah, basically, like to me, like that's obviously very appealing. You know,
Hmm.
you could just
Yeah, because you are a pretty forgetful guy.
yeah, that's true. I'm un like unusually forgetful. It's kind of weird.
And maybe he bonked his head,
Yeah.
and he struggles to make memories after.
Like I don't know, I just be making like I just be forgetting stuff, and it kind of sucks because I want to remember. Obviously, like shit, like I think people tell me stuff that's important. Well, not really important, but like just stuff in passing, and they're like, "Oh, I told you that already. Didn't you remember?" And I'm like,
No.
I remember you. Kind of remember it. Like I still it's familiar to me, but I don't remember anything about it.
Yeah,
It's kind of like, dang it.
yeah.
Like I still find it interesting. I just like it's fucked up. So maybe the chip will help me. You know, that's another reason why I should get the chip probably.
Yeah, they're gonna monitor your mind,
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like
planning.
let's say in the future, you know, you want to settle down with a lovely partner, you know, whoever you are, whatever you're,
Yeah, whatever type of partner you want.
yeah, and
We don't discriminate. Whatever
yeah,
partner.
like what if the government like is
Thumbs up for all your choices.
this guy would want to beer on needs a beer. I read it
He's
wrong.
underage. He cannot drink a beer.
I am. My age is undisclosed. But
It's
it's on my Instagram, right? I think it's on my
I don't
Instagram.
know.
I think it's on my Instagram. Never mind.
It's on his Instagram. Follow him on Instagram or don't. It's up to you.
But basically,
Gets followed by bot accounts that
no,
he
stop.
gets followed by bot accounts that you want to see me in the shower. He's like, what? Why would you ask me that?
Shower phobia.
What do I do now? Never made it this far. Do I say yes?
I never thought I would get this far. What the fuck? I've been practicing for this moment my whole life. But basically, fuck, I forgot what I was again. This is my memory, bro. If I had the chip, this wouldn't be a problem.
This is me. I wouldn't have forgotten.
But freak, man. Oh yeah, what if you're like with your partner and the
Yeah.
government's just like, oh yeah.
What the fuck?
Shit. But basically, like you're with your partner, the government's just like they're
Yeah,
like damn.
that's my boy right
Yeah.
there. That's my boy.
What if they're just like doing that? I'm just there
If
like
it's just memories, will they be able to do that?
I think yeah like
They'd probably get it the day after.
yeah the day after like Well, but then they have like the whole like little tape, like the whole little like scroll. They could scroll. It's not alive. They could like scroll back, like, oh, let me look at that again. Damn.
Oh,
Okay. And then that type of stuff,
I guess, bro.
Like they could like look at your intimate moments, and I feel like that's a little bit too far.
Yeah, yeah, it could be a little too far.
Maybe like, oh, you know what they could do? It's like with phones. They have like little, the phones have in general a tracking thing, but
Yeah.
if you turn off your phone, it doesn't really track. Like if you fully
Oh,
turn it
like
off.
the Find My iPhone?
Yeah. The way that works when in murder cases or in general crime cases is if they like in order to form like
Like a time frame?
time frame, they kind of check when you turn off your phone.
Mm,
Because you're thinking, oh, they're not going to check me, but they're like, oh, he turned off his phone in this moment, and it kind of aligns with when he did this.
okay.
It could be the same thing with the brain. Oh, he turned off his
Turned off his
thought
brain.
sensor. He turned off his like thought reader or something,
Yeah.
so we can't read it from this moment to this moment, and he committed the crime after. So it's kind of it could be something like that.
Okay.
But even then, it's like, how are you gonna stop yourself from thinking of the crime after?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like,
Maybe if they were like you just forgot you committed it.
yeah, I did that. Nah,
Nah, it's impossible. I could.
use my DNA.
I don't remember doing that.
My DNA, bro. Nah, I didn't do.
I don't know what I did yesterday.
Bro, imagine they got me in freaking like jail for like something that's not super bad, and they're like, they have an alibi, and I went to like Danish or something. I'm like, fuck, what did I do yesterday? And I can't remember. And they're like, oh, this guy doesn't have a solid alibi. And they, what if they frame me?
Yeah.
That'd be kind of crazy.
I don't
I
think they care enough to frame you, bro.
Nah, bro, like, cause right now the government's watching. They're listening to all of the facts I've just been spitting, and they're trembling. They're shaking in their boots.
Alright, man.
They're like, they're like, this guy, he could be a problem.
Mm.
What if they want to like, what if I get a chip and they're like, if you don't stop spreading your wisdom, we're gonna leak your ball picks to everybody. Wait, that's the brain, not the phone, right? I don't have ball picks in my brain.
Well, so if you took a ball pick, they'd be in your brain.
Oh yeah, I don't have ball picks in my phone either. I don't know, I framed it like that.
Do you want some?
Bro,
Could arrange that,
if,
bro.
if the FBI is out there, please stop this
I could
man.
arrange that.
Please stop this man, bro. No. But basically, they could, well, not really just me, but how I mentioned before, they could like fuck with people, They could kind of like
Yeah.
skew everything to how they want it to be.
Hmm.
And even then, even if it's just like simple shit like monitoring it, what if they could delete thoughts too? Not even just like, well, in like the bigger scheme of things, they could delete stuff that's actually like huge. Like you saw a UFO?
No,
Oh,
you
you didn't?
didn't.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, yeah. Like instead of like, it could be like the Men in Black thing.
yeah. But also they could be like, oh, this kind of shaped everybody to be a certain way. Let's delete that, and now all of a sudden everybody's a little bit more
Well, they
empathetic.
could delete stuff. They could probably put in fake memory
Yeah,
stuff.
that's true. Like,
Yeah.
oh, remember that moon landing? There was also this that made it look more real.
Yeah, yeah.
And the red is just like, oh, you're pranking them.
Damn, I'd probably use it, bro. I'd be like, damn, y'all remember that one time I saved everybody? And
Damn.
then everyone's like, oh, yeah, you did save everybody.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I do remember that.
And in theory,
Yeah.
there's gonna be a people that are behind that system, and because there's people behind the system, there's also people that can access that system, and they could hack that system,
Oh, yeah.
and they could hack their stuff into it. Like,
Oh, they could hack everyone's memories then.
yeah,
Could really get blackmailed with our Sylvester pics.
yeah, and they're trying to make it like a social media with the brain too. No,
Are they?
yeah, I think it's like a not really like as we know it now with pictures and stuff, but like with communication.
Mhm.
Like, oh, talk to this person from this area, but
Through your brain.
yeah, through your brain, like from like the side of the world, and obviously, a language isn't gonna be a problem because it can be translated.
Yeah, yeah, it could have just
Yeah,
like instant.
yeah, at least not, it's not a huge problem,
Yeah,
but it's still, you could do it. It's
hmm,
available.
yeah.
So I think that's another thing that could be pretty cool. But that's basically all I got about the steps of that.
It'd be pretty cool, bro, if they did have something like that. Cause then, like, for the youth, they'd be like in class, bro, and they wouldn't even know. Like, damn, I'm talking to my homie who's over there across the class through our brains.
That's actually kind of interesting too.
We're not even paying attention to
What if
the
what if there's like
lessons, bro.
a little light or something that they have to like, be like, oh, is it on or off? That way you
Oh,
don't have to that
maybe.
way you don't have to cheat in
Yeah,
tests and stuff like that.
that's true, actually.
There could be
Or
stuff like
maybe there
that.
could be like, well, I guess now in school supposedly
Mm.
they have like jammers
Oh
that
yeah,
block like the signal from your
yeah,
phone.
yeah.
And I know that was a big issue because legally they can't do that.
Mm.
Because if you did have to, in case an emergency,
Oh yeah,
like call, send a call out or send a text out, you couldn't. But I know they do it
that would be like
anyways.
a lawsuit
At
actually.
the institution that I am employed by,
Uh,
I was told
might be nicer. Might be nicer.
NASA.
Also, I was thinking about. Never mind.
I don't want to know what you're thinking about. The government knows.
Yeah,
Um, I
God
was I
knows.
was I was told that the way like they make the buildings like out of the bricks,
Mm.
like they're just
Material.
the materials like they kind of filter out a lot of signal.
Oh, I think that's the same thing with like some walls in my house.
Yeah?
We be playing and my sister's like, there's almost no Wi-Fi.
Oh, you guys have like dead spots.
Yeah, because I think
Yeah.
there's like too many walls between the Wi-Fi router and her.
Oh yeah. Well, because they have different Wi-Fi signals. Like they have I think
Oh
it's
yeah, 2.5
2.5
and 5.
and 5. I think
Yeah,
5 is good if you're like in the room or
yeah,
there's like thin walls
yeah.
or like
Because
one
the
wall.
way it works is like the waves are more like it's more more
They're more something,
they're
bro.
they're like it's like faster happening in a smaller amount of time. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like this where which is not as stable if you're further away.
All the shorter wavelength.
Yeah. While 2.5 is like longer, therefore it's more stable for larger distances.
Mm,
So that's
okay.
basically the difference.
Sounds right to me. I don't know. I'm not. I took networking classes. Like I took classes about this. I don't know a thing. I don't know a damn thing about it. But I guess we'll just take. All right. Well, so something that's very, I guess, meaningful or something that I just like to think about, right?
Mm.
Is aliens, bro. It's aliens. I always go back to this, bro. You believe in aliens, I assume.
Yeah, they're out there somewhere in
You
theory.
you haven't had like any experiences like seeing a UFO or something like that.
Not that I can recall,
No. Well, there's like a ton of like,
unless the government took it out of my brain.
yeah, they wiped it out, bro. They
Yeah,
hit you with the Men in Black
yeah.
thing, bro. So you don't have a chip. They couldn't wipe it out yet.
Well, that's true. I have to like flash me.
Yeah. Um, but I feel like we hear about the same ones. Roswell, bro. We hear about the one in New Mexico, like all
Oh,
that
yeah,
stuff.
the one that happened
Roswell.
recently.
We hear that one. We hear how I was talking about the volcanoes, bro.
Oh, yeah, the little
But this one that really stood out to me, bro. It happened in Brazil
damn,
in 1996.
damn.
You haven't heard about it at all?
I don't hear a lot about UFOs.
Okay, so I like looking into shit like this.
Oh, okay.
So it happened in 1996 in a town called. I looked up how to pronounce it. I kind of
Oh,
forgot how to pronounce it.
oh, I hope it'll
Va
help you.
Varginha,
Mm.
Varginha. I speak a little Portuguese, guys. Like no funny shit. Like I do actually. I'm learning on Duolingo.
How is it pronounced in English?
It doesn't have an English pronunciation. It's a Portuguese word.
Can you repeat it?
Varginha,
Mm. Interesting. All right. Is that
yeah,
it?
bro.
Is that it?
That's the name of the town, bro.
Oh,
The town is called Varginha
mhm.
in the state of Minas Gerais in
No.
Brazil.
All right.
Brazil. So it's nicknamed Brazil's Roswell because it's like a super significant thing. We have Roswell. Brazil has the Varginha incident, right? So it's one of the most famous incidents. It's a small town. It's a small town, Varginha,
Yeah.
and it sparked a lot of like interest in the town. I know a
Mhm.
lot of people like they travel out because they
Uh,
just want to go see it and
kind of,
look at
it's
the
kind of
town.
cool.
It
It's a way to build up. Well, that's actually another thing you could think about too. Some towns might, let's say, I'm not saying it happened, but sometimes might fake an incident to get tourism and
that's
increase
true.
their money.
We should fake it.
Damn, we should fake like a something on the podcast, like I don't know, like uh, ass- assault, assault,
We don't have to
ass
fake it. Nah, nah, but seriously, bro.
Okay.
So, and a lot of interest has come up, and a lot of new things have come up
Mm,
in this specific case
mm.
because of a documentary that came out recently called Moment of Contact by James Fox.
It sounds familiar, but I don't think.
So this guy, what he did is, he took the existing information and he went back and he interviewed people who saw it at the time,
Mm.
like witnesses, a lot of like UFO experts and like government officials, police officials, who people who are willing to talk about it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Um, so the story goes, right? It's January 1996. You're in the town of Varginha, Brazil, and Minas Gerais, and a lot of locals, you know, they look up and they're like, "Hey, there's a weird object."
Mhm.
It's reported that it wasn't too big, probably around the size of like a school bus, which it's kind of big. But if it's in aircraft terms, right?
Oh,
You've seen planes and helicopters. It's the size of like a school bus, they said, shaped like a cigar. Like it's just like a long object.
elongated like oblong.
Yeah, oblong, bro.
Oh,
Object, right? And they see it there,
mm,
and they say that slowly descending, and it crashed
oh
into
damn,
just a field, just a field.
damn.
It's a town. I'm sure there's not a ton of stuff there. A field, right? So this guy, main witness, he was interviewed, Carlos de Souza, right? He goes to the site, he sees it, he's like, damn, like that could be like a helicopter or like a plane, just any form of
I
aircraft.
need to go see what's up, you know?
Yeah, it's 1996, bro. They don't really know.
Yeah,
And he's like, okay, this could be an aircraft in trouble. I need to go see, what's going on. I want to go see.
yeah, like
People are nosy,
yeah.
right?
I might do this one.
Yeah, I probably would do the same actually. Actually, I feel like you either like, oh, I wonder what that is, or like, oh, damn, it's kind of scary, bro. I'm gonna leave,
Yeah,
you know?
that's what I would be like 50-50 or what I would do.
But this guy, he's like, okay, I want to go see what it is. It's a small town, I'm sure.
Yeah,
Not a lot goes down
yeah.
there. So he's like, okay, I'm gonna go. He said he gets there, he gets out of the car, immediately hit by a stink, bro. Like he said, it smelled like rotten eggs, bro.
Mm,
Just hella strong, bro. Like it made him cry
oh,
just because of
damn.
the smell, bro. Because of the smell. He says that around the crash site, obviously you have the craft or whatever the object.
Yeah,
Right? We don't know.
yeah.
What is unidentified, right? It's not flying anymore. It flew at one point. Um,
ULO, unidentified landed object.
unidentified landed object. Yeah. He says that there's all sorts of debris, right? Because it crashed.
Yeah.
He says that he picked up what looked like a sheet of like aluminum,
Mm.
and that he had in his hand, bro, and he squished it. Like he squished it, so it kind of crumpled up, and then it kind of like took
Brought
its
back
form
up.
back. Yeah, like
Oh, that's interesting.
so say like yeah, like you have it like this and you squish it,
Just pick up a bottle.
you
Just
squish
go
it,
back here back anyway.
yeah, and it comes back. So
Yeah.
it retook its form. It was all crumpled and it took its form back, right? So there's all sorts of people there. They're just kind of looking around like, damn, like
Bro,
what's
what
going
happened? Yeah.
on, right? All sorts of town people too. This isn't even city people. They're more confused, I assume. Before a military truck, like hella military trucks arrive, bro, from
That's
the
crazy.
local Portuguese word, bro. Escola de Sargentos das Armas. That
Sounds
was
like a
probably really
school.
bad. Yeah, it's a school where they like train like
Um,
officials. So
uh,
it was like a army regiment type thing, but like advanced, bro, type.
yeah.
Yeah. Nearby base, and people come out of the military trucks and they're threatening
The
just the
locals.
crowd. Yeah, they're like, hey, like you guys have to go. They have guns and they're pointing out. They didn't kill anyone,
Mm.
but they're just pointing like, hey, like you guys have to go. Like you can't be here, right? So what they end up doing is the military, they block off sections of the neighborhood. So like they just rope it off, right? It's a
Mm.
small town. They rope off blocks of the neighborhood, like to kind of look around, right? A couple like days after this, or like a week, I don't know, a group of young girls, right? So there's 14-year-old Valkyria Silva, her 16-year-old sister Liliani Silva, and this their friend who's 21, Katia Xavier.
She hot?
Xavier. I'll put in a picture, bro. I don't know why you'd ask that.
I know what you guys want.
Only the last one because the other ones are underage.
Yeah, yeah. That's why.
They're all adults now.
Oh, yeah, sure. I'm just waiting for. I was just asking for the 21. Wait, how much? Wait, 21 in 1996. Never mind. I don't care.
Okay.
Just carry on.
All right, man. So they came out and said like, hey, like we saw like a creature.
Hmm.
We saw something, right? So they say that day they're just kind of walking around.
But like, I just processed what you said. A creature.
Yeah, a creature.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Um, so they say that they're walking around and they come across like a just like a lot just of grass, just empty lot
Uh,
with grass.
uh-huh.
And kind of like in the corner, bro, like near a wall, they see a small creature. Like they said it was like around 4 feet tall, so think Jose. Uh, a
Sure.
small creature, a small brown creature,
The
Jose.
Jose.
It had they said it had like oily skin. Jose, nah, Jose, nah. They said it had like real oily skin
Mm,
with its feet were kind of shaped like a V. So think like this.
mm.
Its feet like that. Its foot's like that with a big old head, Abel, and big red eyes, like
Oh,
big
damn.
red eyes, right? One of the girls said that when like they kind of saw it, um, and they're like, hey, like what's that in
Mm.
Portuguese? Obviously, I don't know that much Portuguese to
Yeah.
know what they said.
¿Qué es eso? That's
Uh,
Spanish.
that's in Spanish, good job, Abel.
Yeah.
But she like kind of brought it to the attention of her friend and her sister or
Uh,
whatever. And the creature like turned around too because it hears noise, right? It turned around and it kind of made eye contact with them, But she said like obviously they're scared, but she said that like the creature looked scared.
Mm.
It looked like it was like fearful of something, right?
Mm.
Which I assume I
It
it
could,
would
it could
be.
make sense, but at the same time, it's like when you feel something and you look into a not really like a kind of blank canvas, you could feel those your emotions in that
Yeah, it could be that too.
like projection.
Yeah, I don't know if aliens would have human emotions
Yeah,
like fear,
yeah. So
but I don't know. It's just what she said, right?
so she said,
So at the time, they came out and it was in the news. It was on all sorts of news headlines, made all sorts of headlines, and they were ridiculed, bro. Like, nah, like they're just little. They're like little girls,
yeah, it's just like
14.
they're trolling, bro.
Yeah, they're lying. Because obviously everyone knows there was a crash. Like, nah, they're just trying to like make stuff up and get
Trying to
their
get clout,
yeah,
trying
get
to get that
clout,
clout up.
their 1996 clout, whatever
Yeah,
uh clout was back then. Nah, they're just making it up, right? So they're ridiculed. But even to this day, they maintain like, hey, like we saw this, right?
damn.
So they ended up capturing like the military. They ended up capturing two separate creatures.
Like actual documented captured creatures.
Well, this is all like alleged,
Oh,
right? That the government would come out and say, "Hey guys, we captured two creatures." But it's said, right? They captured two creatures. One like around 6 miles from the crash site,
damn, broke it up
and
a little far.
one around where the girl said they saw something.
Oh, damn.
Um, so after the encounter, right? Like shortly after the girl said, like, "Hey, we saw something." Military presence. Boom. We gotta go see what's up. We're seeing what's up. Officer Marco Cereze. I don't know how to pronounce it. Sorry,
Mm.
Marco Cereze. They said that he tried to catch it like as you would, right? You can't just let that
Yeah,
roam around. So he tried to catch it. There's kind of conflicting stories. There's some that say he caught it, like he just got it, and some that it kind of put up a fight and scratched him.
damn.
But either way, the both stories would say that they took it to like a local hospital, which it's a small town. They can't take it to
Yeah,
advanced facilities. I gotta take it to the hospital. But take it to the hospital, and the officer, it says that he was described as smelly. He was described as smelly, and
crazy.
that he had a like a weird like a oily or greasy feeling. Like he felt like weird or like weird, his skin, and that he got like a skin infection, and he died
Oh,
like
damn.
weeks after.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he got like a skin infection that like periodically like over time got worse.
Because if you think about it, like a lot of stuff out there is unfathomable. Whether it be infections, sicknesses, stuff like that, it just could fuck us up in any number of ways.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. So they say that that's what happened to him,
I
right?
got fucked up.
Yeah, yeah. He, either just from touching it, or maybe he got scratched and they gave him
Oh
like some
yeah.
weird alien sickness
Like a that could be
or
like
like
a
a
like
poison.
a weapon, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. We don't know, but we do know that the guy died, right?
Oh damn.
The official story, right? Because later in 2010, this happened in 1996.
Mm.
In 2010, the Brazilian government they did some like investigation back on like oh like what could it have been, right?
Mm.
The official story, bro, it's that it was a homeless guy who was all muddy, like just a homeless guy covered in mud, and that there wasn't a creature, it was just a guy who was covered in mud. That's why it was a brown oily creature. That's what the girl saw, and that when they said something like the guy turned around, they got scared and left.
That's kind of silly.
Which I guess could be true, but it's also like,
Red eyes, he was just high.
yeah, maybe he was just tired. Maybe just the mud went in his eyes and they were
I
all
think that kind
red.
of like the like homeless people that they be smelly, you
They're
know.
pretty smelly, bro.
But like smelly enough to make you cry, that's another thing.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that wasn't no the
Oh,
smelly
that
enough
was
to
the
cry
crash.
was at the crash site.
Uh,
Yeah, not the girls,
uh,
not the girls. But that's the official story. The official
kind of
story is
silly.
that there was a homeless guy they encountered, and that they called him Mujinho, Mujinho, the homeless guy. This is in 2010, bro. So this is like 30 years after. I don't know the exact number of years. 25 probably.
14.
20, 14, 14 years. 14 years. Um, and they're like, hey, this is a homeless guy. Y'all are tripping.
Yeah, but
It's just Mujinho,
yeah,
guys.
come on, guys. Come on, girls, relax.
Yeah, yeah. Aliens. It's Mujinho. Come on, we know Mujinho. Um, but yeah, but actually, like with the new information, right?
Mm,
Because this was all instant. Like this happened in '96, right?
mm,
The reports of the crash, the reports of the guy or the creature. Um, but with the the movie the guy made, he went back and he interviewed people. So there was this guy who was a whistleblower, unnamed. They just called him Military X,
Mm.
Military X, because obviously in the military you wouldn't want to be known
Exposure.
as
Yeah.
yeah. So he claimed to be in transport, or to help transport the creature
Mm.
from the hospital where they reportedly took it to the hospital to the ESA base, the Escola de Sargentos de Armas base.
Mm.
So he said that they're like at the hospital and there's people with like clipboards and cameras. There's all sorts of people that are just like watching, like government people or like scientists type stuff.
Pretty interesting.
And he said that it stood out that the foot was a V, like, and it looked like it had like two toes, like two fingers, two toes, right? Which is what the girls reported having seen as
Oh,
well.
and the well.
Yeah. And then they also interviewed a Brazilian, well, former air
Mm.
traffic controller from Brazil who said, right, this is all alleged. This is all, this guy's words. But he said that the US Air Force just got there unannounced or nothing. Because I assume protocol, I don't know, I'm not an air traffic controller. I assume protocol would be like, hey, like, we're finna land, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, US coming in,
Yeah.
boys.
We're
Um,
dropping boys.
yeah, but they just came in, they picked something up, and they just left. They collected something and left. That's the words used.
Damn. This who's they're stealing.
Yeah, they're stealing, bro. They just like, hey, gotcha.
Yoink.
Took your loot.
Yeah.
Took your loot. Um, so they interviewed UFO investigator Vittorio Baccaccini.
Mm.
He claims that he was shown footage of the creature by a senior officer, whatever that means. I don't know what the fuck a senior officer means. Could be a military guy or a police guy
Or
or
somewhere high
some
power.
a high ranking
Yeah.
guy.
Individual. Yeah.
Yeah. And he says that in the footage, the creature was brown and oily, which is what everyone said, with a big head, red eyes, and it kind of and no pupils, so just like straight red, like
No, damn.
red, red, red.
Real.
Um, and he kind of compared it to like a reptilian form, like a lizard, like a frog even.
No, damn.
And he said that it had three big word for you, Abel, three protuberances on its head.
So like stuff sticking out.
Oh, smart guy, smart guy. That's actually what I said, a thing protruding. Thing
Yeah.
protruding. Three protuberances from his head. So it could be like horns or just like, I don't know, ears or something. We don't know. We don't know alien physiology, bro.
Soon. Soon.
Hopefully. Um, but yeah, he said that it looked like it was alive in the video. I
Mm.
assume it'd be moving or like making noise. Oh, he said it was making noise and sounded kind of like a bee. Like, because it was faint noises. Because he said that it looked alive.
It's the government trying to silence us, bro.
Yeah, they're trying to silence me talking about it. He said it looked alive but
Uh,
dying. So
uh,
that's why it was like faint noises. He compared it to a bee.
like had like
Doesn't sound like a bee.
zzz.
I guess that's more likely. I don't know what noise alien make when they die. You know, I don't know what noise I'd make when I die.
Shots.
I crashed, guys. I crashed. No, but he said it looked like it was dying,
Mm.
and he came out and like he was interviewing military officers, about it, and he says he has it. He has the interviews. He has like the footage or transcriptions or however they do it.
Why doesn't he release it then? Huh?
I don't know if he did actually. Maybe he did. Maybe he did, or maybe he just has it safe. Cause this guy like he was like openly accusing the government of covering it up. Like
Oh,
obviously they have like the homeless guy story, like, hey guys, it wasn't anything, it was like plane or whatever they would use to cover it up. But he said that like he'd be driving down the highway
mm.
and like his car would get hit. Like people would
Oh, try to kill him and
like
shit.
yeah, like hit his car.
Like try to what the police do.
Hmm?
What the police do, like
Oh, like yeah, when the what is it
pit
called, like pit
maneuver.
maneuver when they
Yeah,
go like,
yeah, yeah.
he said that he would get hit and he got shot at
Oh, damn.
from the like on the road.
That's
So with
crazy.
the guy that he ended up moving to, like he left the country to Italy. So I guess he's there now. But it's real interesting, this alien story, bro.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting.
Cause I feel like a lot of times you hear about things like it's in the U.S.
Yeah, it sounds a lot more credible also
It is
than
a lot more.
other stories.
It is a lot more credible. Um, and then again, bro, it's like it's townspeople.
Yeah, they don't really have reasons to lie. It's not like they're in LA getting clout and shit, you know,
Yeah, it's a
1976.
simpler time, bro.
Yeah.
96. Like maybe now, cause what really like reminded me about this
Mm.
was the stuff that's going on in Vegas.
I haven't seen
You heard
it.
about it? Well, supposedly there was like a alien that some like people were seeing and stuff.
Oh, damn.
And I think the government's coming out and saying like, okay, guys, there's aliens. I know there's a lot of stuff now. The government's like claiming like, okay, guys, there were aliens, and we kind of know the existence of aliens.
I didn't know that. It's kind of crazy.
But I feel like, man, if they're saying it's true, bro. Like,
What else are they hiding though? There has to be something bigger that they're hiding to try to.
yeah, they're like,
It's
okay,
like giving us
guys,
little pieces of information to not question the rest.
yeah, it's like, yeah, yeah, it's aliens, guys.
Like
You
if
got
you're
us, you
getting
got us.
interrogated, it's like, oh, did you steal that? Like you're basically like you committed a murder, and you're like, oh, I stole from that. Like yeah, you guys caught me. I stole from that store. So
Yeah,
then they're gonna focus on that.
we got him,
Yeah,
guys.
we got him.
Pack it up.
Yeah, let's go,
Yeah, it's
guys.
like you give a little bit
Yeah, you give a little bit to yeah,
just to like kind of
enough to
get them
satisfy
off
them.
your back type stuff.
Yeah,
Hmm.
so that could be probably what they did
Yeah.
to us.
So it could be like they're giving
Mm,
like okay, like they're giving us crumbs when
yeah,
they have the whole bread, the whole loaf.
I want the whole loaf.
You can't get the loaf, bro.
Shit.
You have to settle for this little alien crumb when they have all sorts of. There's a mosquito on me. Fuck. They have they have the loaf of knowledge, bro, of secrets, and they're
Yeah,
like, okay, guys, alien, just a crumb.
and
Take that, peasants. And we're eating it up. People were eating it up. You know, people were like, oh man, the government's like, oh yeah, aliens, guys.
yeah,
There's all sorts of stuff that we don't really know, like the existence of, bro.
yeah.
And I assume they would, right?
That's the kind of the thing with the government, with the our relationship with the government in general. Because like we look back on the past and how they didn't couldn't really fathom what the government was doing, like MK Ultra and stuff. So now that we can fathom that, it in theory there has
Bro,
to
you
be
can
some.
think fathoms. Did you just learn what fathom meant?
I just don't know what replacement for that. We can't comprehend. There we go. Now that we can't comprehend anything that, but like, well, obviously we can't comprehend anything that we don't know.
Yeah.
But as time advances, they're obviously gonna advance first. So like, what else could they be doing to us? Like, what else could they be hiding from us that we don't even like? We can't even know.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, for sure. It's like you see what they've done in the past, like to, you know, minorities,
yeah.
giving African Americans, all sorts of like syphilis or
Oh,
crack.
oh yeah, like to like the crack epidemic.
Yeah. And then you're like, okay, like yeah, they've done that. And then a lot of people are like, yeah, but that was different people. Like I've heard people tell me that, like, okay, it was different people. It's not the same people in power. But it's also like, bro, come on, bro.
Yeah, like it's always a cycle.
Yeah, it's a cycle, bro. Like they're all linked, bro.
At the end of the day, just the only thing that changes is the fact that the plans get more convoluted. Because in general, as a society, we get more. I would say not smarter, but more all-knowing,
We're just like more wary of.
more informed.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if I said wary properly.
I don't know. Like
Um,
that makes sense though, yeah, because we're more careful.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So they have to like take extra steps of precaution in order to like have the same effects of tricking us and shit.
No, like increases technology, bro. It's just there's easier ways to do things.
Yeah,
Like they don't have to pretend like, okay, guys, we're giving you this that's actually good for you,
yeah.
but it's bad,
They could just
you know?
show people getting it on online and good things happening to them. So you're like, oh, I want to do it. But in reality, it's just like
Yeah,
them fucking with us.
yeah, bro. There's all sorts of things that's like it's just easier now. It's easier. They don't have to come up with these plans, bro. Especially since now we've seen them. We've kind
Yeah,
of seen them. We're like, okay, like we know the government did this before. Like I know there's a lot of like black people who wouldn't who have like a distrust of science and like experiments
yeah,
just because of what's happened in the past.
yeah. That's
You
true.
know, because of what's happened, they're like, okay, like I assume like they've had people tell them like, okay, this happened. They're just like, okay, nah, like, I don't mess with that. I don't mess with that. I don't want to do it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But
Also, the distrust of the government in general, like with cops planting stuff. So that's why I have a
oh,
general
that's
distrust
true,
of
bro.
cops,
Hmm.
and that kind of fuels a cycle, which is kind of fucked up too.
Yeah, there's no real way to break the cycle because
Yeah,
there's always gonna be bad.
retaliation.
Yeah, there's always gonna be retaliation because there's of course gonna be bad seeds, bro, bad apples
Yeah, all
who are in the mix, bro. But
it's
there's also misinformation.
yeah, it's gonna take a lot because at the same thing, it all leads back to also the media and how they're always portraying the negative.
Yeah, it's true, bro. Like you don't really see
Good cops.
like this cop
Mm.
saved a guy.
Yeah, you see all this cop beat up another dude, you know?
Yeah,
I mean, it happens. It
of
happens,
course it happens,
obviously.
and you should cover it.
Yeah, but the there's a lot. I would say there's a lot more instances of cops being good,
Yeah, yeah, easily, bro, for sure, for sure.
but you know,
I want to get political.
yeah.
I wanna
Well,
get-
for us, it's like we're not white males, so
Yeah,
we we faced certain types of
minority groups.
stigmas.
Yeah,
We faced certain stigmas,
yeah.
but we can also like see, different sides and a lot of different opinions from both sides and
Hmm.
kind of understand them. Not necessarily agree, but understand.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. The biggest thing is, well, I guess I think
Mm.
the most important thing is just being open to listening, bro.
Yeah, listening.
And no, and like, okay, like you have your opinions and I have my opinions, bro, but I don't have to fight you.
Yeah, that's really it. As long as
You're
you're
not my
not,
enemy,
yeah,
bro.
as long as you're not hurting anybody.
Yeah.
That's what I seen. Like also, it's like this quote that no one really has any real enemies because you're not really you
I
don't
have a couple enemies.
have a couple ops,
I got some ops, bro.
but like no one comes out of the womb born to like want to inflict damage on you.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like no one,
Maybe the Antichrist.
yeah, but no one like no one really wants to like target you specific, you know?
Yeah, probably the Antichrist would be born trying to be evil, bro.
Yeah, I
Like
see
just
that.
being a straight evil, bro. Like off regular show, bro. Remember Anti Pops, bro?
Oh
You
yeah,
watched the last season, right?
not the last season, but not fully. I mean, but I
Oh
remember like
yeah.
certain episodes.
So there was like Pops,
Yeah,
you know. There was a like his op. It was like his evil twin brother called Anti Pops.
damn.
He was like all black. I don't know why they did it like that. They could have not done that.
Yeah, it's kind of silly.
Yeah, it seems like why would you do that? Regular show.
We if we ran a regular show, we would not do that at
Yeah, would
all.
not have done that. I would have just made him look real.
Scary.
Well, what's the opposite color of pink? Is there an opposite color of pink?
Purple.
Is pink the opposite color of purple?
I don't. I just think of cotton candy. I don't know.
What does that have to do with anything?
Like pink and purple. Like I don't know. They're kind of like colors that like blue and yellow or blue and red.
Also, what would be the opposite? Opposite red is green.
I thought it would be blue.
No, it's not.
Oh,
No,
what?
because it's this the color. It's like the color wheel,
Oh, the
bro.
color wheel. Yeah,
And it'd be like the one across from it.
diagonal.
Cross. It doesn't
But
have to be diagonal. It
oh
can be straight across.
yeah, but like
It would be straight across.
how's it? Does that work if it's not a primary color?
No, all colors have it because there'd be the way it works is like primary color, certain number of spaces, primary color, same number of spaces, primary color.
Oh yeah, because the
Like this.
so like pink's a part of red.
Yeah, so it'd be like so you'd have red and yellow.
Mm,
So it'd be like between that you would have like red with like a little bit of yellow,
yeah,
which would in the middle, no, in the middle, red with yellow would be what is it, orange?
yeah.
So in the middle is orange, and then you'd have like red orange,
Mm,
yellow orange.
yeah.
Then across from it would be well, across from yellow is blue. So the opposite of yellow orange would be like blue violet or something. I don't know. I don't know. Something like that.
Something like
Yeah,
that.
it is something like that. It's like it's either like blue violet or red violet.
Mm,
I don't know what it is exactly, but it's like that's just the way the color wheel works.
yeah.
Yeah. I
Uh,
remember I had art class. I had art class freshman year, so that's why
well, I had it too, but
I
I
failed.
sucked. Yeah, I sucked at that.
Like I didn't fail, but second semester I got a D, bro. Bruh, that shit just got me mad again, bro.
Well, then,
I remember. I don't know if you remember, but I remember. Freshman year, I would always wear a white Real Madrid jacket.
I think I remember it in specific.
The fucking bitch ass art teacher, Miss Cunningham,
Dropping names here.
dropping names. This is for you, Miss Cunningham. You're my fucking op.
Damn.
Abel said people don't have ops. I do, and it's Miss Cunningham. Fuck you, Miss Cunningham.
Oh
It's
damn.
real serious because I never stick out the middle finger. It just feels unnatural. It just feels weird because I never did it. I don't know. Do you stick out the middle finger often, bro?
Nah.
I don't do it. So it just feels weird. Like when I do
Say,
this,
fuck you.
like it just feels weird
Yeah.
because I never do it. I don't know. One time, bro, I tried to do it. I was at the McDonald's drive-through
Mhm.
and I was waiting for my stuff.
Uh,
And then, no, obviously, like they messed with my order, so I checked the bag every time I get it. The person behind me honked
mm,
when I was checking my bag,
yeah.
and I tried to stick out the middle finger, and I couldn't do it, so I did like like this out the
Bro,
window.
the gang signs.
It looked like if I just like threw like trash out the window.
Oh,
I
dude.
tried to stick my finger and then do this, but it just looked weird. I was like, oh man, I probably look like a
Okay.
silly.
Wait.
I looked
Wait, please.
I looked silly. I felt silly anyway. I don't know if
Yeah.
they saw or I don't know how it looked, but I
Yeah.
know for me it felt like if I just did like it just felt weird to me. But yeah, back to bitch ass Miss Cunningham.
Oh,
Fuck you, Miss Cunningham. If you're
I
watching
I
this,
do not have any hateful
I
feelings for you.
fucking hate you. Here's why.
Wait, actually, there was a picture like there we went to a field trip. There's like a little like picture contest where I had to submit the most artistic picture we took on our phones.
Hmm.
I think mine was pretty artistic, and I did not win.
Well,
What
yeah,
the fuck?
yeah, yeah, Miss
What the
Cunningham.
fuck?
Fuck you.
What the fuck?
Yeah, say it, say it. Did you even have Miss Cunningham?
Yeah,
Because there was another art teacher in
there was.
freshman. Yeah,
What was her name?
no, it was a guy. I was Mr.
Oh
Proper.
no, I had the girl. I had the
Oh yeah,
girl.
the girl was
Yeah,
blonde.
yeah, blonde.
Oh yeah, Miss Cunningham. Fuck you, Miss Cunningham.
I'm very upset with you.
Do it. Do it. Say fuck you, Miss Cunningham.
Frick you, Miss Cunningham.
You get it. You get the picture. You get the idea.
Please don't show this to Miss Cunningham. I
Show it to Miss Cunningham. What's she gonna do, bro?
This is satirical and not in any hateful manner towards anyone. We are simply comedians that are not comedians, but we are aspiring to be
Well,
comedians.
anyone's comedian if you really think about it.
Yeah. The
Some
main
people are
point is
better at it than others.
yeah, the main point is that we're not serious. We're just trying to put on like little silly characters for the world to see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's go with that.
Yeah.
All right, so Miss Cunningham, fucking bitch. She was what she would do, bro, is she wouldn't trust us to get the paint for ourselves.
Uh.
So she would get it like in little cups,
Oh
bro,
yeah. I should pump it up.
in plates. I mean,
Oh yeah,
in
please.
plates. So it'd be like all the plates
No.
with all the colors. I mean, on the plate. She was pumping the yellow paint, bro,
No.
and I don't know what the fuck. She's fucking weak, bro. She pumped that motherfucker hard, and it got on my jacket, bro. It got on my jacket,
Bro.
like, like on this. I'll stand up for this, like on the back, like right here.
Oh
Cause
damn.
the all the paints were behind me,
Yeah.
so I'm just sitting down. So she's on behind me on my left side, and she's like trying to squeeze it out, and I don't know why the fuck she squeezed it hard as fuck, and the paint just went like, and they got on my jacket, bro. It got on my jeans. They got on some other kid. I don't know what his name. They got some other kid's shirt. It was a white
Damn.
shirt as well, and I
Damn.
was like, what the fuck? And I went to the restroom and I tried to wipe it off with like I don't know what the fuck I was gonna do. I probably could have rinsed it off,
Uh.
but I don't know why I didn't think of that. I don't know what I did. I probably just used like paper towels.
Yeah.
And it didn't come off.
Yeah.
Like to this day, it's in my closet with fucking paint
That's
with
crazy.
like yellow stain, bro.
Damn, that fuck you was pretty warranted, not gonna lie.
Yeah, it is pretty warranted. It's my favorite jacket. I used to wear that shit all the time. Um, I have it. It's in my closet. I put a video. I put a picture here of
Damn,
my
pretty
jacket that
yellow.
was ruined. That shit is pretty yellow. Yeah, or maybe it's not. Maybe it faded, but it's ruined. I never wore it after that because I can't fucking wear it. It's fucking ruined. And I remember all she did was, oh sorry. She could have gave me extra credit.
Yeah, I
I
would at
got a
least do
D
that.
in her class.
I would at least give him a C.
Yeah, she could have gave me some points. Like, oh, sorry, I ruined it. I ruined your jacket. You get a pass for this assignment that we're working
Yeah.
on right now. I would have been mad, but I was like, at least you fucking did something. She just said, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry."
Like, what does a sorry do?
That doesn't even sound sincere. That's a fake ass sorry, bro.
That is a fake ass
Yeah,
sorry.
so fuck you again, Miss Cunningham. I can't say it enough, but I don't want YouTube to get mad.
That's true. YouTube, Miss Cunningham's a fake person.
You know, Miss Cunningham's a goober. Fucking goober, Miss Cunningham. I said fucking, so I think it canceled out.
It's like a
Middle ground.
back on zero.
Yeah, yeah. Back on neutral terms.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I remember she did that, bro. And just the whole class in general, I just did really bad in, bro.
It was
Um,
just a classroom.
well, cause I'm not good at like drawing
Yeah, not either.
and stuff. And I remember I failed partly because I didn't do work, but I didn't do work because when I would do it, she'd be like, "Oh, the fuck is this?" And she always didn't say that,
Yeah,
but she would tell me like, "Oh, like you didn't even try on this assignment,"
like
and I'd be
bro,
like,
I did,
"I
bro.
tried fucking hard on it, bro. I'm just bad. I'm just a bad drawer, and I'm bad at painting or whatever." She's
Yeah.
like, "It looks like you didn't even try," and then she'd be like, look at girl over there. I'm gonna say her name. Um,
Mm-hmm.
remember her?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I hope they didn't hear that. I
Well, we could bleep it out. We could check post
yeah.
production.
Boy yoing yoing.
Yeah.
Um. So yeah, she was really good at drawing, and she was like,
Mm.
"Oh, look at hers! Like, you could tell she tried.
Yeah.
Look at yours. Does it look like you tried?" And I was like, "Oh, it doesn't fucking look like I fucking tried though.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna trip out because I can't draw." And then at the beginning of the class, she's like, "I'm not gonna grade you guys
Based on how your ability
based
is.
on your ability. It's always freshman art, you
Yeah.
know. I'm not gonna grade you based on ability. It's just like you basically just need to do the work and like meet the
Criteria.
criteria."
Yeah.
And I was like, "I'm meeting the criteria. It just looks shitty because I can't draw."
Yeah. It's kind of fucked.
So but I feel like that's always how every class went for me, bro. Like I would do kind of, I would try the first semester, and then the second semester I was like, all right, fuck this class. Like Mr. Reed's class, bro.
Oh,
The
bro.
first semester I tried, and the
Mm.
second semester I didn't try, and I got a better grade. Um,
It's kind of silly.
but yeah, yeah, freshman art. I got a D. That's why I couldn't go to like a 4-year university, bro. Because I got a D in the class.
Damn.
They want to take you with a
Oh,
D on your transcript.
you ruined it.
Yeah, she dead ass ruined it, bro. No, I had D's after that.
Multiple D's.
Yeah, yeah. I got more after that. That was the first one.
That was the first one.
That was
That
the
was
first
that's
one.
what like what's the point in striving for no more D's if you already
Yeah, I
got
already
one?
got one. But yeah, I remember I did hella makeup work
Mm,
because I had an F.
Oh, I
Like
had an F in that class too,
I had an F for the
and
longest
I made
time.
it up for to a C.
I just made it up to a D
Mm,
because I was like, because in my head I'm like, all right, just graduate with a D, right? Which
yeah.
is true. I wasn't really thinking to like a 4-year university at the time, but I remember, yeah, I couldn't because of that. And then our senior year, I think it was, or junior year, when they like start telling you to
Oh yeah,
apply.
prepare.
Yeah, we had an assignment in a language arts class, and the teacher, she was like, "Okay, guys, like I want you to, mm, you're not sending out applications, but it's just they just want you to plan. They want you to plan. It's like, okay, I want you guys to have like three options, right? So it'd be like a dream school
Mm,
that you probably wouldn't get into. It's like a Harvard or like a UCLA, right? It's really hard to get into, but just have it there because you'd want to apply, right? To see maybe you get in.
mm.
To have like a backup, which is also like pretty high, right? And then have like a safe school, which is like, okay, like you're
You
gonna
could
go.
get there.
Yeah, if you don't make the other ones, like you're gonna get accepted here. And I was like, what do I put, bro? I'm not eligible. Because there was this website calculator
Oh,
where it was like, okay, for this school, you'd put in like your GPA or your SAT scores, whatever it was at the time. I don't even think they do SATs anymore, do they?
I don't know. I
Well, I don't
don't
think it's a
requirement.
college eligibility thing. Like they
Oh,
still take the SATs, but I don't think it's a college thing. I don't know. I wouldn't know how it is now. Let us know if you're a high schooler.
that's kind of crazy though, because in my school they did not prepare us for college at
They
all.
didn't?
In the new one, no. In senior year, like I didn't hear anything about college at all.
Not even like do
The
your FAFSA or nothing?
the whole year, nothing. Not
Damn,
for anything.
bro.
I had to learn how to do that shit by myself.
I remember they would take us in that language arts class.
Mm.
They took us to the library to
Mm.
work on our FAFSA stuff.
Yeah, that's fucked. Because I remember even in high school over there, they would take you to the library like pick up your classes for like next year, you know?
Mm,
Year they didn't even like nothing. It was just like
damn,
do your work and then get out. That was
what
fucking
the?
crazy. That was
That's
fucked.
weird, bro.
That kind of fucked me up too.
But yeah, back to the colleges thing.
Yeah, yeah,
So I was like, I can't have a dream school, a safe school, or anything. I would only qualify for a community college,
yeah.
bro. But they would want you to try and do the assignment.
Yeah.
And so the calculator, you'd put in your GPA and all that stuff, and like a school. So say you selected UCLA, and you had a GPA, say you had like a 4.2 or whatever, and they give you, oh, your percentage of getting accepted is this.
Mm.
Obviously, it's not super accurate,
Yeah.
but it's like, okay, roughly you'd get like, oh, a 40% acceptance rate or whatever. Bro, I I put in Long Beach City College.
Mm.
No, 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 no. Cal State Long Beach. Sorry,
Oh,
Cal State Long Beach. Which it's not a UC. It's easily easier to get into.
yeah.
Um, bro, my percentage of getting in was like point zero something. And
That's
and
fucked.
and people were sharing, bro. People were sharing like, oh, like mine's this and mine's this, and I was like, damn, mine's point zero whatever to Cal State Long Beach.
They're like, oh, mine's just 2% at UCLA. No.
Yeah, yeah. People would be like, oh, damn, I only had 10% of Harvard.
Yeah.
And then I was like, because Cal State Long Beach was like mostly everyone's safe
Everyone
school.
was like
That
100%.
was like everyone's safe school. Like, okay, you have like a 99% chance of getting in. And I was like, damn, I had like a point zero something. What?
That's fucked.
I always had moments like that, bro. Because I was in classes I probably shouldn't have been in.
Mm.
Looking back, I was like, I don't know what I was doing here. I had AP US history.
Mm.
AP US history. You didn't have it. You had regular US history.
Not this year.
Yeah, I was in there because for world history we should take before. I think you take AP US. as a 11th grader, it was a junior.
Oh,
So as a sophomore, you take world history.
yeah.
Because a freshman, you don't take history. But we did anyways, right? Um, so my teacher from world history, she was like, "Hey, like you did really good in my class. I think you should take AP US history.
Mm-hmm.
I think you would do well." And she was a good teacher. I liked her.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, all right, maybe. Like I respect her
I respect her opinion.
and I respect her and her opinion. Like,
Yeah.
okay, maybe. So I signed up for it. I don't know why the counselors like looking at my track record, they're like, nah, let's put him in the class.
Fuck it.
Yeah, fuck it, let's see what happens. You know, oh, what's gonna happen? I took the class and that shit was hard as fuck. Well, for starters, bro, I remember that summer I went on vacation. I went to Mexico,
Mm.
and apparently sometime in the summer they sent out an email saying that there's summer work.
Oh, damn.
And I was in a different country. I could have been at my house and I was gonna do it.
Yeah.
But I had an excuse.
Yeah.
I was like, Mister, I was out of the country. I didn't do it. I didn't even know it existed. But even then, it's like, bro, I'm not checking my email, my school email of
Yeah.
all emails
First in the
during the
summer.
summer.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But yeah, so that I already started off with the F. Started off with the F. I remember the teacher didn't like me, bro. He implied that I smoked weed, which I didn't.
That's
I
crazy.
don't. I don't smoke weed.
Don't do drugs, kids.
You guys believe me, right? You believe me. I don't smoke weed. I don't do any drugs except Flintstone gummies.
Those are. Watch out with those.
Take my Flintstone gummies. You can tell. You can tell. Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah.
Flintstone gummies.
There's some gummies.
Flintstone gummies. I'm not sponsored by Flintstone gummies. Um, but yeah, I remember one time. This was really silly, bro. I had that class fourth period,
Uh-huh.
and I walked in on accident third period. And third period was the teacher's break period,
Oh,
or whatever they call it, prep period,
yeah.
when he just didn't have a class. So I walked in, and I'm like, "Good morning, mister," and I just went to my seat, bro. And he's just there, just like looking at me, and then I was like, "Damn, I'm early, huh?" Because most of the time I was late,
Yeah.
or not late, but like,
Towards the end of the bell.
yeah, like there'd already be people in there.
Yeah.
There'd already be people in there, and I was like, "Damn, I'm early. Like nobody's even in here." And he's like, "It's third period," and I was like, "Yeah, it is third period." Like not knowing that
Yeah.
I had the class, like I knew I had the class fourth period,
Yeah.
but I wasn't knowing what he was trying to tell me by that. He's like, it's third period, and then I was like, yeah, it is third period, and I kind of sat there, and I was like, oh shit, it's third period. I have the class fourth period. Oh shit, my bad. And then I just walked up and left.
Yeah.
So I go to my my third period class,
Uh,
and then come fourth period, I walk in. I'm like, oh hey, Mister, good morning again. And he's like, he told me this. He's like, the thing about marijuana is it makes people like kind of forgetful. And at the time I was
Makes sense.
I guess. I don't know. And then I sat down and I was like, what's he trying to tell me, bro? What is he telling me? He was a cool guy. I don't know if like
Probably a little
it
joke.
was the beginning of the semester, so I didn't really know how he was.
Yeah.
And he doesn't know how I am.
Mm.
He just knows I'm fucking dummy who walked in a period early in my prep
Yeah.
period.
Sounds like
So
something I
he
would do.
could have been like insinuating something or like,
Or it could have been a simple
or
joke
it could have
too.
been a joke, but I didn't know him.
Yeah.
I didn't know if he was serious or not. And obviously he didn't know me at the time. He didn't know that I was a goofball. That's how he didn't like me, dude.
Mm.
So I forgot what I did. Oh, I remember, bro. I just had a really bad time with teachers.
Mm.
They just don't like me. I don't know. I'm a likable guy, right?
Right.
I like to think so. Um, but teachers don't think so. I don't know what it is. Racism, perhaps?
Never know.
Never know. But this guy was white. That's why I said it. Um, so yeah, teachers like I don't know why tend they tend to not like me. Like
Mm.
Mr. Reed. For example, Mr. Reed didn't like me. Miss Cunningham didn't like me. I don't know if maybe the paint thing was on purpose.
Nope.
Oh wait. Yeah, like forgetting the paint thing, she didn't like me.
Yeah.
Like I feel like she didn't like me already.
What if she did the painting on purpose?
Yeah, it could have been on purpose. But yeah, teachers like they either love me, bro. I was like their favorite student. Like the world history teacher.
Mm.
She liked me, bro. I was a goofball in the class, but she liked me. Like a lovable goof. Like I wasn't disrespectful. I'm not disrespectful.
Mm.
Sometimes. No, most of the time I'm not disrespectful. To your face anyway.
Mm.
Like I'll say fuck you, Miss Cunningham, but I wouldn't say that to her face. Maybe now I would, but I'm not at the time. Not as a student. I'm not helping myself. I'm not doing myself any favors.
Just go on, bro.
Yeah, just getting back to teachers not liking me. He didn't like me because I remember we had you didn't have the class,
Mm.
but in the AP US history, all your work would be in a journal. So
Mm.
you'd have a notebook, you'd have like your table of contents, like okay, this assignment goes here. You have to like staple them or glue them in, tape them in.
Oh, that sounds
Your
familiar.
your worksheets to the paper, right?
Yeah.
And I think my notebook was like it was hard to see. Like it had the Dodgers logo on the front.
Mm.
And I think I either didn't want to write on it or you just couldn't. Like it wouldn't be highly visible.
Mm.
So I wrote it on the inside.
Oh.
And he had got collected notebooks for the first time, and he's like, "Oh, I have this one without a name.
Oh.
Who's doing it without a name?" And I was like, "Oh, that's mine."
Mm.
And bro, I'm forgetting, like I don't remember the key details, but he's like, "Oh, that's mine." And he's like, "Oh, well, it doesn't have a name in it. How am I supposed to know it's yours?" And I was like, "The name's on, it's on the inside or something like
Mm.
that. It's on the inside. It was real small on the outside."
Oh.
And I went up and I got it, and I remember I asked him like, "Do you have a pen or can I get a pen or something?"
Mm.
And I don't know why he just got so mad, bro. I don't know what he thought I said. I remember he got super mad. I'm butchering the story, bro. But the point is, I was innocent. That's the main takeaway. I was innocent. I didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
I asked for a pen, and he got so mad. He's like, "Oh, just write it clearer, like, write it big." I was like, "I'm just asking for a pen. Like,
Yeah.
it's not that serious. Like, I'll write it over. Like, I
Mm.
guess I'll get it small.
Yeah.
I'll just get a pen." And then I remember he ended up asking me, he's like, "Oh, maybe you don't belong in this class. Like maybe I could like settle something with your counselor to get you out of the class."
Mm.
And I was like, "Shit, maybe, maybe we could.
Mm.
Sounds like a plan. We could do it. Get me out the class." I probably should have dropped the class, but out of pride, I wanted to stay in the class
Yeah.
and pass. I didn't fucking pass. I did not pass the class.
Bro lost.
Yeah. I should have just, like fuck it, dropped the class. I was too proud of myself to
Makes sense.
to
I'll
drop it.
probably do something.
Yeah, the whole class I was in there not doing work. But oh, what I was gonna say, bro. I heard in the class we went to the counselors and they
Mm.
give us our transcripts.
Mm.
Um and I don't know if you remember on transcript, it would have like your class rank.
Oh yeah.
So out of like all like 1,000 students or whatever, it would it would rank you according to like your GPA.
Mm.
And I remember I was like, oh shit, I'm student number 732 out of like 1,049 or whatever. And some kid's like, he was mad because he was ranked 4 when the year before he was ranked 2 or something.
That's crazy.
I was like, what the fuck? Who are you, bro? I've never seen you ever. Who are these people? I looked because I heard someone's like, oh, I'm number 1 or I'm
Yeah.
number 2. And I was like, bro, who the fuck are you? I've never ever seen you ever. Where are these people coming from, bro?
They're implanted by the school, bro.
Yeah, they're implanted by the school to make me feel bad. Because I remember in in my math class that day,
Mm.
we were sharing like, oh, what rank we are, and at this point I did it as a joke,
Mm.
um, because everyone was like, oh, I'm ranked 25. This was
Mm.
like just a regular math class, so there
Yeah.
were non-AP students in there. This guy was like, oh, I'm ranked 25 or I'm ranked 131. And I was like, damn, I'm ranked 700, whatever. And then we started laughing, bro. I did it as a joke, like
Yeah.
I didn't feel bad about it. I knew what I was doing. But yeah, bro, it's really this type of shit I was on, bro.
That's kind of crazy though too, cause I wasn't the most studious kid either.
Yeah.
But like looking like me, neither me or my brother are studious. But then my sister, she's like one of those people that's like rank 4 or rank 2 in the school.
Yeah, she would have been like, I would have been like, what the fuck is that? I've never seen her.
Yeah, that's weird to me. It's still weird to
Yeah,
me, even though I'm her brother. I'm like, damn. But she's a tryhard though.
yeah, she stole all
She stole my
your,
wisdom,
yeah, all your
bro.
wisdom, bro.
She took it all, bro.
Yeah, yours and your brother's.
Yeah,
It skipped all both of you guys to her.
that's crazy.
You know how I say like things skip
No,
generations or whatever?
I just dropped her name. Whatever.
Boy, yoing, yoing.
Boy, oh yeah. That
Um,
person got it all.
yeah, she got it um, all the intelligence, anyways.
Yeah.
Bro, I kind of have that with my siblings, bro. I have 2 sisters,
Mm,
and they can both draw
really
my
well.
Like my older sister, she draws really nice.
Mm,
She's like practicing to become like a tattoo artist or
that's
something,
pretty cool.
and she draws really good. Like she's always drawn really good.
Oh,
My little sister, she draws good for like an 8-year-old, which is still better than me.
yeah, probably better than me too.
And I was like, damn, like why wasn't I good at this shit, bro?
Yeah, it's kind of
And I know they say like, oh, you're not born good. You just practice.
But bro, no way an 8-year-old could practice more than me,
Yeah,
bro.
I think for some things you're born better
Yeah,
than other
yeah,
people
you
were
have to be.
born at. You know, I feel like
You have to be.
yeah. So yeah, I'm like, damn, like why did it skip me like that, bro? Why couldn't I get that?
I wanted to draw good too, man.
Like I don't care about drawing. I don't give a fuck. I'm just mad that I don't have the ability that they do, bro. Because if I was good at it, like, oh yeah, I can draw. Whatever.
I don't want to, but I
Yeah, I don't
can.
want to, but I can.
Yeah.
But now it's like it just bothers me that I can't. So I would want to just to prove that I can, but I can't.
Damn.
I've just never been able to draw good, bro. What's good, guys? It's Uli in post-production. Second time in a row. I found some drawings that I made in my camera roll, and I'm just gonna share it with you guys. First, we have a nice little giraffe. Um, After that, we got the Kung Fu Panda holding a bowl of noodles and like a sword or something. We got a camel, and next to it we got a flower with like a bug. And the last one we got the toucan from the Fruit Loops enjoying a nice little bowl of cereal. Thanks for watching my little art exhibition. Let me know in the comments which one was your favorite. Personally, I like the Kung Fu Panda, but let me know which one you guys like the most. And it goes back to the art class, bro. It looked like I wasn't trying. I was trying my socks off, bro. I
Yeah.
was trying real hard. It was like, hey, it looks like you're not trying. And I was like, man, why do I even try then?
Yeah, it's so demoralizing when you're like
Yeah,
put everything into it and it's not really producing results. You're
yeah,
like, what's the point? Even if
yeah.
I try my best, nothing's gonna happen. So what's the point?
And not even just not getting results, because a lot of times, like maybe over time you're gonna see results. Like
Yeah.
when you're starting like a business or like
Mm,
a music career or a podcast,
mm,
right? Like at the start, you're not gonna see results,
yeah.
right? At least not big ones. And yeah, it's easy to get demoralized. Skills outside. It's easy to get demoralized when you're not seeing results, but it's different that than trying and then people are like, bro, like, why don't you try? Looks like you're
Yeah.
not trying. I'm like, bro, I'm fucking trying. You know? Then
That's
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 like,
that
all
demoralizing
right,
shit.
man, all right, maybe. Weird bug on the tape.
R.I.P.
No, it's probably still alive. It's still there moving.
Oh yeah.
Um, but yeah, there's that.
Kind of. Think we should end it off there.
I think that's good, bro. I think we just talked a whole lot of nonsense about nothing.
Yeah.
We just went all over the place, bro. But it's
Hopefully
cool.
some of you guys find it
Yeah,
interesting.
hopefully liked Abel's psychology
Little
talk,
spiel.
learned something. Learned a little bit
Aliens.
about I already forgot the name of the village.
Vagina.
It was not what it is. Varginius or something?
Something like that.
Something like that.
Something like
Learn
that.
about some alien encounters and thanks for coming along with us.
Yeah.
Episode 6.
Subscribe,
Like the video.
Subliminal. I'm affecting your unconscious mind.
Subscribe. It's in your unconscious memories
You
now.
gotta, you gotta.
Yeah, we're suggesting it. We're gonna hack into your brain chips and find out if you subscribed or not.
If you didn't subscribe, I'm gonna leak all your ball pics. So watch out.
What if they don't have balls?
Subscribe.
Please, please subscribe. Leave your comments. Leave your likes, share it with your friends.
Shit.
Yeah, I think that's
Thank you.
good. That was kind of whack. There you go.
That's fair.